Hello, everyone. How are y'all? It's just me today. Connie is not feeling well, and so I kind of went in and changed the topic just a little bit so that we would have something different because her topic is really going to be a good one, but thought maybe we ought to leave that for Connie to take care of herself. So I hope everyone is doing well today. Our weather here is just a wee bit cloudy, but about this time of the day, it just seems to start doing this with all the clouds and things like that. So, um, oh, excuse me, I thought I was going to sneeze. But, that's just how it goes. It seems like here on the east coast of Florida is just like on the west, out in West Texas, where I'm from. Everything seems to build here and then floats and deposits somewhere else, which is just exactly what happens out in West Texas. Everything builds out there, but then it dumps more around the Dallas Fort Worth area, Lacey. So that seems to be what's happening here. It seems everything builds around Naples. We might get a shower or two, but then it seems to dump more towards Central and the East Coast of Florida. And I do apologize to Lacey and her toys, but she's being a stinker today. So I hope everyone's weather is finding you well. I know that many of us are getting burned up from the heat, and then there are also many of us that are just getting pounded with all of the rain. So whatever your weather happens to be, I truly, truly hope that you're being able to stay dry, stay cool, stay hydrated either way. So let's see. Would like to know first, what is your weather like? What you got in your cup, and what you got on your hook. Me, I am starting to work on Christmas projects, which is kind of going to be our topic for today. I have two little granddaughters that one is all about the pink and the other one's all about the purple. So, and it's really hard. You have to make sure that you get, they're still at that age, even though there's about 3 years difference between them. What one gets, the other one's kind of got to get. So, anyway, out of my Sweet Crochet Animals little crochet book, I popped on and gave a review about this whenever I first got it. It's by a lovely young woman who's from Vietnam, but she now lives in France. I can't say her first name. It's Khuc. The last name is, I'm going to say K. But anyway, in her book is this cute little kitten. And so I'm going to make one just like it is here that's in the pink, because one of my granddaughters all about pink. And the other one I'm going to make in purple. So I just started on that today. I figured I'd, get a little bit of their Christmas done. Of course, there'll be other goodies, that go in the bag, that kind of thing. But um, at this time of the year, I tend to start looking at the little things, to make. I have one grandson that is still in school. In fact, he lives with us, and I always try to get something together, for the teachers. And so for the last few years, it has all been about crochet items. All right. So, but this year I'm kind of stumped. I really don't know what little trinket it is that I want to crochet up for them. I mean, I do know that it's something I want to make and crochet, but I just can't figure it out yet. Good morning, Amy. You're tatting right now, but you finished a shawl this morning. Oh, I bet it's beautiful. Well, good. She's going to have a video out for us folks to look at. Isn't that going to be wonderful? Uh, She said it's 82 there. Lacey, she's drinking water. Well, I happen to have a little bit of flavoring in my water this morning. I think it's a great flavoring. I can't just drink straight water. I mean, I can in a pinch, but I do need to have some little something in there to cut the, the taste of water, I guess is what you'd say. Good morning, Mary and Michelle. There's Candy. Good morning. Oh my goodness, ladies. Maybe it's morning where you're at, but here in Florida, it is already afternoon. So I'm probably going to be flip flopping back and forth between good morning and good afternoon, but y'all just going to have to bear with me. Um, so, anyway, one year I made the little candy cane holders, that you crochet and then you weave your candy cane in it, the ones that are about this big. Uh, one year I got the plastic ornament balls that are about this big, and I made crochet things to go over them. Um, One year I had painted some Texas seams on the plastic ornaments and then filled them up, or I didn't fill them up, but you know how you take paint and you put it in there and you swirl it around till it gets all covered up, and then you pour out the rest. I've done that. Um, let's see, one, two, three, four. Um, Only one year did I do the quilted Christmas balls. Now they weren't all Christmas themed, but the quilted balls, girls, ladies, gentlemen, that took forever. And I think that year I had to have like 24 or 25. And oh my word, I about stressed myself beyond stress trying to get those things finished so I could get them in the teachers' boxes before we all got out for Christmas. So this year I am looking for another Christmas idea, to make. And like I said, I do prefer crocheting it. So, and I really think I need to get going now because I have built on my list quite a few crochet projects that I'm going to give for the grandkids, for my kids, for a few special friends, that kind of thing. So, yeah, I need those quick and easy little projects, that are nice to give to teachers. I know what I did one year. I also did a little basket where I crocheted up 3 or 4 wash rags, tied them up in a cute little bow, and then put in some little bath bombs, that kind of thing. Put them in a cute little, I said basket, but I meant a little bag with some ribbon, that kind of thing. So I have done that before as well. So, what are some ideas that y'all have? Are some things that you've done that are small but still are easy to make? I did look. I will share this with you. I what was it, last week? I think maybe this week. No, it had to be last week. I got these little mini amigurumi books, and I thought, well, these will be really, really cool because they seem to be quick and easy. Um, I thought these would be just really, really cute to make up. Put them on little keychains. Maybe even for Warren's class. The kiddos in his class. I thought that might be kind of interesting to do. Yeah, Maureen's just not into the minis. You know what I mean? Number one, I don't keep a lot of DK weight, and especially in solid colors. That's number one. Number two, I really have not crocheted with anything smaller than an F hook. And all of these are done using um, double crochets. And so I went ahead and pulled out my 4-way. I went ahead and got my F hook, started doing it. And I don't know what it is, folks, but I could not get that double crochet to work well for these little amigurumis. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I'll probably have to call on an expert like Miss Froggy there who's hiding in the bushes. Yes, amigurumis, hats, mittens, gloves, socks, shawls. But good morning, Miss Pat and Angela. How are y'all today? But Froggy, I'm looking for little things to make. Which, like I said, I thought this was going to be the perfect thing to do. But and I did look at all of her patterns, and it seems like every single one of them starts with, that she uses, yep, double crochets. And I just, like I said, now I only tried it like 2 or 3 times. Um, I just, when I went to close up my first circle, I was like, what in the world? I mean, it's really easy to make it work, with single crochets, but I don't know what I'm doing. So, uh, you're doing great. Everybody's saying hi, Candy. Hi, Froggy. I do appreciate all of you being here. But like I said, um, I do want to explain. Yes, this was supposed to be Connie's weekend, but just like everywhere else, the weather's kind of playing havoc with where she's at. She's also not been feeling real good, sleeping well the last few days, so she, needed to bow out today, which is fine. Um, and speaking about not feeling well, a couple of weeks ago, one of our Zoomy friends came down with what all of us think is just a summer cold. And lo and behold, the last 2 weeks, what have I had? But I've had her summer cold. And I told her, I said, Laura, I really do not appreciate you sharing your summer cold with me. And she said, well, sharing is caring. And I'm like, oh, okie dokies. So, anyway, um, and now it seems like, everybody's getting sick with some kind of summer cold. Now, it's not the flu. I know it wasn't that because, number one, I had to go in and I was afraid it was the flu, so I went in and got doctor checked me out and and everything. No, I know. Froggy said for for double crochets on amigurumi, go down another hook size. Well, I'd already gone down to an E. I guess I'll have to go down to a maybe CD. Yeah, a D. See if maybe that'll work. No, it's not in. I don't think. Let me look, Amy. I thought I read everything right. All the patterns in this book start with an adjustable ring. It's used when you crochet, working. A foundation chain is used. Symbols in the pattern. All patterns in the book are written in. Okay, Amy, thank you for that. Maureen did not read as well as she thought she did. All the patterns in this book are written using UK crochet terms. Some US terms for crochet stitches differ from the UK system as shown below. Thank you. It helps when you read everything, doesn't it? Yeah. Well, then maybe I have already just like Maureen and pushing buttons, but no, thank you for pointing that out, Amy. Well, that's a good thing to know there. Yep. Oh my goodness. That's just ah. But thank you. That saves a whole lot. Now I can go back and maybe make them work because hello, Leslie of the Corn. I hope you're doing fine. No worries, it happens. Well, I was about ready to just say, well, maybe these books are going to go in a giveaway for somebody, but okay, I can breathe easier and see what it is I want to do. There's 26 little critters in here, which which is going to work out great because I think there's only 18 students right now in Warren's junior class. So this will be cute. I can make them all little, what do you call them, keychains, and that will be great. So yay, yes. So tell me, what are some of your, hello, Laura, sweetheart. I hope you're feeling a little better. Um, what are some of your go-to projects every year that you make up? I mean, do you make up a bunch of blankets, baby items? Do you make up little items like this? I know Amy's probably really tatting away, getting some crosses and other like bookmark items, that kind of thing going, I'm sure. Last year, I hit her up for quite a few for Warren because, number one, folks, I just let time get away from me. And oh my goodness, the teachers love those cross bookmarks. I am not kidding you. Even the guys like them. I'm not kidding you, because I know Warren's golf coach keeps his in his U.S. history book because that's one of the subjects that he teaches. Michelle says that she likes to do hand towels. Froggy says dishcloth and hand towels. Yeah, those all make really good Christmas items, don't they? Because number one, they're quick and easy. Everybody could do with dish towels and washcloths or dishcloths, however big, depending on the size that you make for them. I love also making pot holders, and not only, well, what I grew up knowing what a pot holder was. You not only used the pot holder, to pick the pot up off the stove, but you also slapped it down on the table or on your counter and you put your hot pot on it. So I know folks call those different things, either hot pot, hot pad, or pot holder. But here in recent years, um, I I saw these basically on a quilting channel because I do quilt from time to time. I just haven't quilted in a while. And when I quilt, folks, I do baby sizes. I don't do big blankets because Maureen does not like to do blankets. Well, not only do I not crochet blankets, but I don't do big blankets. I don't mind doing baby things because they're smaller and I can get finished with them easier. Anyway, on this channel, the lady had made it's about, what, 8 inches long. And it was so cute because it slipped right over the handle like of a cast iron skillet. And you didn't have to worry about having your cup towel or your pot holder wrapped around it and possibly slipping. I mean, this just slipped right on there and you could pick it up. Um, I also saw where someone had made them for just the little pots, the lids on the little handles on your lids. I'm talking about the circular ones. Um, I saw those and I was like, oh my goodness, I could crochet up something like that, which I did. So now I've gotten to where when I do a kitchen items, um, I'll do like 4 little rags, dish, to wash your dishes with, and 2 of the bigger towels, and then I'll do up 2 of your regular hot pads, pot holders, and then I do the little handle ones too. So, and it makes a really nice kitchen set. So, and I love to keep those on hand because when you have wedding showers to go to, though they make really, really nice little gifts to give. Number one, it's homemade. Number two, you and I both know it's going to last longer and it's better than anything you can buy at the store. I don't care what anybody says. Um, and plus, it's a nice little memorable thing for them to have when they're first starting out. So it seems that washcloths and hand towels seem to be a very favorite item at Christmas time. Now I know Froggy said hats, and yes, I have made hats, but I don't think I want to make. I don't know that we've counted up the number of teachers at school yet. And besides, oh, plastic bag holders. You know what? I hadn't thought about that. Had not. Coasters, yes, that's another good idea for teachers. Yes. Oh, and you know what else I just thought of? The little crochet koozies for your like bottled drinks and your canned drinks. That would be nice to have, wouldn't it? Just now thought of those. I set out my book here a minute ago so I could start writing down some of these different ideas. Okay, Coke koozie. I know what that'll mean. And I always forget about coasters. I don't know why. Yep, cup koozies. Um, Plastic bag holders. That's the other thing I was going to write down. Because, a lot of these small items can get rid of your uh, half skeins of yarn, can't they? How many of you still can still collect your plastic bags from your grocery stores? I know that there's a lot of areas around now where they don't pass out the plastic bags anymore. You have to either you bring your own market bag or you have to buy um, reusables. Oh, now that's a nice idea. Froggy said one year she used regular wool and knit crocheted bowls and then felted them for the teachers to use on their desk. I had not thought about that. That's a great idea to catch all those paper clips and um, eraser tops and that kind of thing. Yes, tree ornaments. Now, I've done that quite a bit. You know how you just always want to come up with something a little bit different than you've done the year before or the last 2 years? Well, that's kind of like where I'm at. And I did forget one year I bought cup towels and then I put the little topping on it, crochet topping so that they could button it over the bottom handle of the refrigerator or over the bar of their stove so that you've always got some place to dry your hands real quick. I don't know about you guys, but when I get to cooking in the kitchen, I never can seem to keep a hold of a dish towel. My grandmother used to always throw hers over her shoulder. um, yeah. So anyway, have any of you started on your Christmas items yet? Whether it be, something for your house or to start, putting in your little bags for your grandkids or your kids or anything like that. The bowl idea is great too if you make it large enough to fit a real bowl, then they can use it to hold a hot bowl. Oh, that's right. Yes, because around Christmas time, if it's like anyone else, um, or like me, I always took cans of soup to heat up during when it got colder. But then I eat soup nearly all year long. I know Michelle has already got it started on Christmas. In fact, she's already got her list made of she's going to make things for or get gifts for, and she's already got assigned out to them what it is they're going to get. I mean, she's really on the ball, folks. Uh, I've just gotten to the grandkids at the moment. Froggy says she started hers. Angela says, nope, not yet. Well, I try to get everything done by Thanksgiving. I mean, like I said, I try. Now, last couple of years, I have been like into that first, maybe second week of December, really pushing it to get things done so I can get them out and mailed on time. But for most of the Yes, I know. Little Miss Leslie of the Corn, folks, she already has all of her Christmas done for her grandbabies. Let me tell you. I mean, she's got it right down to the point where I believe she has already purchased totes or she's going to purchase totes to put their Christmas in, label, and then hide them upstairs at her house. And then all she's got to do is bring them out and wrap them up at Christmas. I mean, this is August. Come on. Oh, now Mary says she started on her stocking fillings. Now, there's not a lot that I do crochet wise that goes in the stockings. Um, in fact, um, many years ago, when my girls were at home and little, and I may have shared this with you before, but I'm going to share it again. I don't know why. Oh, yes, I do too. My first husband's oldest sister, her girls, of course, she had two girls, we had three. Her girls always got pajamas and underclothes for Christmas. And I thought one year, what, how neat is that? And of course, they'd get little trinkets to go along with it, but that's what got put in their stocking. So that's what I started with my girls when they were little. And as they got older, their undergarments change and everything. And one year I made the comment that maybe this year Mrs. Claus would put something else in the stockings. And what did the girls think about that? And my middle daughter immediately shot out and said, well, Mrs. Claus better keep doing in my stocking what she's been doing because I'm getting in the need of some feminine underclothes real soon. So when the grandkids came along, what did we do? Jammies and socks and underwear along with candy and that kind of stuff as well. So but that's kind of what goes in the stockings around our house. Leslie says, when the totes come, I will, oh, you will wrap them in tissue paper and put them in the totes and then take them upstairs. So they'll be completely finished. Oh, well, cool. That's awesome. It's always nice to be able to get the jump, especially on the big major holidays, isn't it? I always make sure the kiddos are taken care of first. And when I say kiddos, now I mean the grandchildren, and we've got one great grandchild. So yes, we take care of the babies first, and then we kind of start going up from there. Then it's the kids, and then um, our parents. Wayne has his mother, and I have my dad now. So yeah, and then he and I don't know about y'all. Um, our Christmas present normally comes in the form of, like he's been bugging me about getting prices on the tires for my big truck. I don't think it needs tires anytime soon. In fact, probably another year or two are good on those tires, but he's already stressing over it. So, yeah. Oh, the Swiffer heads. Oh my goodness, I forgot all about those, Froggy. Yes. I had thought about them some months back and then totally forgot about them. Thank you very much. Yes. Replace all of those that you buy, use once or twice, and throw away. Shoot, yeah, man, I'd much rather make my own and throw them in the washer and reuse them. So, placemats, dish drying mats. I have not made placemats in years. Drying mats, that's another good one. Mm-hmm. So, does anyone have any big projects planned for Christmas? I'm still working on a Christmas tree skirt design. since I've been doing mosaics, I mean, oh my goodness, folks, that has just opened up a whole new world of things and ideas that I want to do. I've mentioned several times I could just kick myself for not stepping out and going ahead and learning mosaics sooner. I think I just allowed myself to be scared off from it just looking too hard to do, and I just didn't understand how mosaics were built. And now um, I'm thinking purses and pillow covers are, the pillow fronts. Um, and then I saw a pattern the other day that I thought, oh my goodness, that would be so gorgeous as a Christmas skirt. And here I go. So, Emmys for all the grand, oh, for all your grandchildren that you have. Uh-huh. Leslie says she has one big project planned for a very special secret Santa. Froggy said, I made covers for the top of our flashlights to keep them dust free until they are needed. Oh, well, what an idea. Huh. You never think about that, do you? Oh, and Froggy's also working on a big one for her secret Santa. And then Michelle says she's going to be working on amigurumis for all the grandkids if she has time. Well, like I said, I have my two little ones that I will be making these little kittens for. I do have two little boys. One will get Spider Man, and I don't know about the other one just yet. He seems to be kind of all over. He's not just fascinated with one thing right now. So his mom is having a hard time letting me helping me to figure out what to do for him. My two oldest granddaughters, I'm going to buy them blue jean jackets, and then about 2 3 months ago, I showed you where I had gotten a crochet book of flower motifs, garden type stuff. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a bunch of those, and then I'm going to sew them onto the backs of the jackets and down the sleeves. So I'm very excited to get started on those as soon as the jackets get here. Isn't it just wonderful, some things that you can do with crochet and with knitting? I don't mean to leave you knitters out. I know there's wonderful things that you can make with knitting as well. It's just that I don't knit, so I do tend to forget you folks, and I don't mean to. But so I'm really excited to get started on those projects, those two in particular. It's not something I've ever done before. I have embroidered, hand embroidered things on the bottom of the skirts for my girls. I did do one for one of my girls one year, a blue jean jacket, but nothing as intricate as this crochet project is going to be. Uh, oh, Froggy says, leave me out. Well, it's not something I'm going to make you girls do this time. I'm not. Notice I said this time. But it is something I want to do for my two older girls. Um, but like I said, crochet wearables have really come into their own here the last couple of years. Uh, you take offense at being left out in the knitting discussion. No, I'm only partway through my first scarf, but still. No, I'm just saying I don't mean to leave anybody out as far as asking for ideas for Christmas because number one, I don't knit. But I do know that there's wonderful things that can be made um, through knitting. So, like I said, I don't mean to leave y'all out. It's just Maureen doesn't knit. So, knitting away, is that what you're doing, Froggy? Mm-hmm. I know you're teasing. But anyway, so well, these are some good ideas. Some that I hadn't even thought about, and they would be quick and easy, like the coasters and the plastic bag holder. Oh my goodness, I saw one the other day that is just precious, and I may have to steal the pattern from somebody. Hint, hint, hint. Oh goodness. And the placemat, that really is a nice one. And you know what that would be awesome made out of a very simple uh, here I go, mosaic pattern, wouldn't it? My brain, I am not kidding you guys, has just been all about different ideas for mosaics that I can do this year for Christmas. And I bet if I could do a mosaic amigurumi, I would do it too. Isn't that crazy? I'm just really, I'm proud of myself for getting through the show lock, the first six patterns, and I'll be finishing up those six pretty soon. I mean, the repeat, and get that blanket done and out of the way. But I'm just really excited about learning the technique and knowing that it's not scary. It's really not. So if you haven't done mosaics before, guys, it's like I said with the amigurumis. If I could do that kraken, anybody can do amigurumis. And I'm going to say if I can do the show lock, anybody can do the mosaics because it just really, it's a shame that I just wasted so much time on it. That's all I can say. Would be quicker to mosaic the coasters. Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. Wouldn't that be awesome? Just find a cute, simple little design and away you go. I think that would be really, really neat. In fact, I'm thinking of a little pattern that came off of the show lock itself that would make a great little coaster and matching placemats to put out. Huh. Give me just a minute here, folks. My brain is already going. I know you will, Michelle, and so be expecting mosaics. Lacey, shh, shh. Lace, stop. Good girl. Sorry, folks. Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. No. Somebody got a little too close to her window. Oh my goodness. It's sprinkling out there. Well, I'll be darned. Stop, stop. Oh, thank you. Yes. Twisted Fiber Friends this Sunday, folks. We'll be at my house. Thank you, Nightbot, for dropping that down there. Lacey May. Enough. No. No. Again, folks, I apologize. But yes, Twisted Fiber Friends will be at my house this week. We will be talking about how to resize a pattern when there's only one option given to you. And that's all I'm going to say about it. Okay. So, anyway, but yes, Michelle will help with the mosaics. Yes, she will, folks. In fact, she's the one that helped me to get started on doing the mosaic pattern. So, I have really been happy with it. So, yeah. All right. I do know that Madonna has already dropped for this week. So, let's see what's going on. Let's see. Welcome to Friday, the fourth day of August. This is Assistance Dog Day, U.S. Coast Guard Day, Hooray for Kids Day, International Beer Day. I tell you what, Madonna always picks up on those, doesn't she? Uh, and Single Women's Working Day. The food holidays are white wine, chocolate chip cookies, and Branham pie, I think. And Cindy said for us a fun fact. Branham Pie is celebrated only in my home state of Minnesota. Branham is a town that has a big pie celebration on August the 4th every year. It doesn't celebrate just one pie, it celebrates all pies, pie makers, and consumers of pies. Isn't that wonderful? I may have to step away here for just a few minutes. BEERUN beer run. Lace. Lacey, lay down. Again, folks, let's see. Chenin Blanc, Riesling, that is cool. Lace? All right. Okay, I think I've about beat the Christmas idea to death. But I did run across an interesting question today, and I thought I would share it with you. It is, what was something you thought was a rich people's thing when you were a kid? In other words, um, what did you think only the rich people could do when you was a kid? To me, it was being able to go out to eat. I thought, man, if you got to go out to eat, and I'm not talking like running down to McDonald's or anything like that because I didn't have McDonald's when I was a kid. But if you got to go to the restaurant, I mean, that was a big deal. You must have had lots of money to be able to do that. So, what about you guys? What did you think was only for the rich people when you were a kid? Oh, Froggy said she's only making her Secret Santa's gifts. Okay, not making any others. Oh, that must be one big gift then. If it's going to take up all your time to do that. Everything. Well, hello, August 23rd, 2023. How are you? Thank you so much for being here. Do you mind if we have your first name? Or would you just rather be known by your channel name? I used to also think that it was only the rich kids that got to have more than two different school shoes, like tennis shoes and regular school shoes. Amanda, well, Amanda, thank you so much. I appreciate you being here today. Leslie says, I'm like Froggy, only making my Secret Santa gift. It's big and I'm slow. Having brand new clothes. I know. I know. In fact, it wasn't until I was probably a sophomore in high school that I didn't get hand me downs or anything that wasn't sewn at home. Yeah. New cars. Oh, yeah. Well, even just to get a car, Froggy, in my neighborhood was something, was a really big deal. It didn't matter if it was brand new or secondhand, just to be able to have a car. We thought, man, your folks have money if you get to have your own car. And when my girls were growing up, it was yes, but Amanda, when I was growing up, that of course I was from a small town, so getting to go to the big town, um, I don't remember there being a Goodwill Center that close to us unless we went to Corpus Christi or San Antonio. Going on lots of vacations. Well, now we went on vacations, but ours was normally like to the beach, but we pitched tents. Um, we went camping if we had time in the summer because we went to a lot of church camps. But yeah, getting to go on vacations. staying in hotels, eating out. Yes, that was a big deal too. Um, yeah, well, and Goodwill stores, thrift stores, they're a lot more prominent now than they were back, like I said, when I was a kid. I think more back in my day, our clothes were passed around, if not within the family, then with friends. Probably were taken to the local church if they had a closet, a community closet type thing. So um, that's how I guess you could say that's where our goodwill came from. Oh, a pool, yes. Oh my goodness. If you had a pool in your backyard, not only were you rich, but you were the most popular kid at school or in town. A big boat, yes, if you live close to the water, which we did not, but still having a boat. Their own bedroom. Yeah, I can see that one. I always shared a bedroom. I never had my own bedroom. But then neither did my brothers either, so I didn't feel quite so bad. But that's probably really another thing that most of my friends, you know, um, we all shared bedrooms. Uh, more than one bathroom in the house, folks. More than one bathroom. Yes, you were rich if you had more than one bathroom in your house. And to have a dryer. Yep, where you didn't have to hang your clothes out on the line. Yep, a dryer. Now we'd all freak out, wouldn't we? But I guess that's what laundromats are for. So, anyways, is anybody a microwave now? Come on, VCR microwave, yeah. How about this is really going to date me, folks. How about a color TV? Mm, yeah, a color television. I was married, and I think had all three of my girls before I had my first color television. And we thought we were stepping in high cotton. That's all I can say. You were one of the first families to have a microwave. Oh my goodness. That was another item I did not see or get. In fact, I'm trying to remember when we got our first microwave. It had to be in the 80s. I think that's when we got our first microwave. Yeah, late 80s. In fact, I remember we lived in Robert Lee the first time, and Heather was a junior in high school. Holy smokes. You were 13. Heather would have been about 16, 17. Crazy, isn't it? How time just gets away from you. Because she's my oldest, and folks, she turned 50 this year. Crazy, crazy. How about AC? Air conditioning, central air conditioning? I didn't even have a window unit when I was growing up. I used to tease my mom and dad, they got all the cool stuff after all of us kids left home. They said, yeah, it's the only time we could start affording these things, like the color television and the window units. Oh, you got a window unit, or you got AC when you were 5? Yeah. No, we didn't even have a swamp cooler when I was growing up, and this was in South Texas, folks. Yeah, and my folks were lucky; they were able to afford to go straight from not having air conditioner to having central air and heat put in. So, but they did happen to keep the Dearborn heaters so that even though they had central heat, it was really nice to be able to back up to those things on a cool morning. Yuck in Texas, yes. The first microwaves were huge. Mm-hmm. Froggy says she has window units now. Mm-hmm. Sometimes I wonder, are they actually cheaper than having central air? Just kind of wonder, don't you? You know, it is really starting to pour out there now. So maybe this time they'll get some of the rain that has been just passing them over. Because they were starting to talk about here in Naples how dry they were starting to get. And I kind of laughed at them and said, you folks don't know what dry is. But, oh, you missed the central AC? Well, uh, the first house that my first husband and I bought, it had central air and heat, but our heat was gas. And I loved it. I mean, I really, really loved it because there's just something about central heat. It just doesn't seem to get you as warm as the gas heat, whether it's central or not. It's crazy how we've become so pampered now. What we used to think was only for the rich kids when we were growing up are now things that we have. The heater in the floor, yes. Thank you, Froggy. Finally got him finished. He was my one of my February um, amigurumis. That month, I bit off a little more than I could chew. I started too many of them at one time, which is a good lesson learned. So now I only try to do two um, of the precious amigurumis that Anita has been supplying us with the spotlight designers each month. So Amy, when we moved into our house, we had a central air unit. I went on a cleaning strike until hubby hooked it up. He got the message and he hooked it up pretty fast. Oh my goodness. That's funny, Amy. I would have gone on a cooking strike myself, but oh, oh, that's good. How long did it take him to get the message, Amy? Hello, Bryn. How are you, sweetie? Oh, it does. It does work better than the Windows. I think we only had window units, and it was in a house that we rented for about 6 months, only one time. But we were there mainly during the late fall through the winter, so really didn't get to use them. You're doing good. That's great. Work been okay? Warm in the yarn. Yeah. Well, he's got a lot of hair. He needs some of that AC blowing on him. Oh, 20 years ago. You just know it probably didn't take long for him to get that AC hooked up. But you're in Minnesota, uh, Amy. I wouldn't think it would get all that hot up there to need one, does it? Of course, I know I'm crazy. I hear people talk about, man, it was hot here today. It's 80 something degrees. And I'm thinking, oh my goodness, y'all don't know what hot is. I would love to see 80. We've been seeing like 90 plus, and the um, heat index being well over 100, 107, I think the other day is what it reached here. Well, folks, I've been on nearly an hour. No, we don't. We don't live close to. Leslie says she wants to see the 60s. Oh, so you don't have the heat, but you do have the humidity. Okay. See, even 90 to me is not that bad. Of course, folks, whenever I think about 90, even 95-degree weather, I think about what it's like out in West Texas because we have dry heat there, and it's nothing like it is here. Oh my goodness, the humidity just really bleh. Oh, Bryn has a date tonight. Okay, Bryn. Now, do you have somebody that's going to call you at a certain time to make sure that you feel comfortable with who you're with? Are you going to meet them there? Yes. Let's see what else. Come on, ladies, help me out here. She's meeting this person for the first time. Make sure you drive yourself. Make sure you have somebody to call to check on you. Oh, yes, yes, Mary, a code word. Now, is this somebody you met online or okay? Okay, but still, Bran, all right. You say it's in your friend's town? Okay. I would still have your friend be your person to call you, after an hour or so. Bran, when Mary said code word, you and your friend, no, Froggy. You and your friend need to have a code word, especially if it's I'm not enjoying myself or this is creepy, help me out. Well, we all hope, Brand, that your date is enjoyable and that it turns into something more if that's where you're hoping it goes. But I'm going to put on my Mama Maureen hat here for just a minute. You do know to take things slow and play the field. We'll be on live on my friend Arnie's show with Extreme Sour Warheads with the others. Okay, I don't know what all that means, but it sounds like it might be fun. Yes, I do too, Froggy. I hope it all goes well. Well, I have reached the hour mark, folks, and I want to give you an opportunity to um, go and check out who else is going to be going live here in just a little bit. So, thank you all so much for being here. Those of you that have been lurking, thank you as well. I greatly appreciate your time. If you're watching the replay, thank you so much. And I do hope that if you didn't hit your thumb on the way in, that you be sure and hit it on the way out. As always, folks, please be the light out there in the darkness for someone today, because you never know. Could be your light that they are needing to see. I love you. We will be at Connie's house next week. Y'all have a great weekend. Bye.